We're back to the Street Stock main event, racing at Mesa Marin Raceway, and we're going to throw it down trackside to Barry McKeever. Barry with the green flag.
All right, I'm with the green flag. I got it. Mesa Marin, you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Start there, and a beneficiary of the start is the 00 of Mark Romsberg from AB Dick. He got pushed by the 87 of Larry Kelly about 10 positions up and getting real loose, getting off the track on turn 3, only about 5 wide there. Is the number 24, and that is Shane Thompson. Thompson currently in the lead, but the 25 of Darren Hopkins is out there. We've got problems in turn 1. Coming out of turn 2 in the exit, the yellow flag is going to come out. That looks like the 18, if my numbers are correct. Maybe the 16. 16 of Lloyd Wren. Wren got into it, and I was surprised that that was the only problem that we saw. And pulling into the lead is the 25 of Darren Hopkins. We've got a little bit of time now. You know, the 25, Darren Hopkins, is sponsored by Pioneer Plumbing, Powerhouse, Scott's Barbershop, TCR, and American Fabrications. In second place is the 24 of Shane Thompson, sponsored by Pizzaville USA, Oak Street Chevron, and Ken Small Construction. In third place is car number 4, and that is Brian Richardson out of Bakersfield in the Rich Pack Performance Off-Road Performance Graphics Chevy Nova. Right now, we've got a break in the action in the Street Stock main event. We're going to show right now the Street Stock point leaders. Mike Riale, number 1, as we talked about, a commanding lead, 421 points. And watch for Riale as he tries to get everyone else riled up and get the lead going up a little bit further. Stan Williams has been pretty consistent also with 355. Mike Alexander driving the 51 car with 345. Mark Roberts with 319. And tonight, Hopkins doing the driving there. And Jeff Burdick in the number 2 with 300 points. Perfect timing there, Time Warner Cable. And the 25 car of Darren Hopkins is going to power it out. Hopkins again sponsored by Pioneer Plumbing, Powerhouse, Scott's Barbershop, TCR, and American Fabrications. Going back into 4th place, the number 1 car, Mike Rile's got a new sponsor in Powerhouse, but also helping him out, our Green Frog Market. New market, actually new to the east side of town. Green Frog Market opening up on the east side of town and opening up with great applause from the folks on the east side of town. And Green Flag Market stepping up to the plate and helping out Mike Riale out of Bakersfield. Also helping out the number 1 car, Skyway Coffee Shop, Performance Graphics, Smith's Mobile Home Services, Sincal Machines, American Fabrication, A1 Springs, Bob's Muffler, AT Racing, and Powerhouse again, the new sponsor on that. A great race there between the number 1 and the number 4 and the 24. And we've got another spin going into turn number 3. That's John Ballfance who spun. Ballfance is going to fire it back up. Yellow flag's going to come out, but Ballfance didn't need it, but that's okay. They're going to do it anyway. So Ballfance spins, and problems there, but that's okay. It gives us an opportunity to talk about the sponsors. Let's just go to Ballfance. How's that? John Ballfance, sponsored by John Ballfance Homes. Hey, he builds houses, and he's out here and didn't quite like the way he spun there because he went from 5th place to the back of the pack. So not the best thing you want to do there. You want to be in the front of the pack in racing and in home building. And, you know, Ballfance does build a nice home. So I guess we'll give him a little break there and just call this his hobby. And the Ballfance Homes, that's his real job. So that's where he makes the bread and butter and makes the house payments. Coming back, car number 19, that's Scott Davidson out of Riverside, driving the Davidson Equipment, Action Towing, Bakersfield Travel Lodge North, 5-Star Auto Care, Performance Graphics, Pontiac. Davidson, the number 19 in the late models is Kevin Vernon, and Davidson helping out Kevin and also helping out with his father's operation as he is the owner of that car and a couple other cars. And the Davidsons have been pretty much adopted by the Bakersfield community, and they are great people to work with, and they can't do enough for this area, and they really love the Bakersfield people. So we're back under green flag racing, the shortest yellow I've seen in the street stock division. 1 lap, but that's all it took. And a great battle there. Great battle between second and third place between the 1 and the 24. And Mike Riale, if you watch, Riale will get right on the bumper of the 24 car, and that car is being driven by Shane Thompson. That's the Pizzaville USA Oak Street Chevron Ken Small construction car. Riale will get right on the bumper of it, get underneath him, and give him a little bump and go right by. Right there, the bump and run perfected right there by the number 1. And look at this, the number 4 car is going to get right by also. You get them a little loose, and that's racing right there, folks, because the 24 car can now go and do the same thing to them. If you are faster, you can do that. And they're not going to penalize you for that, because all you're doing is saying, hey, get the heck out of my way. I want to get to the front. I want to win another race. And Mike Riale, your current points leader, has 4 wins this season, 7 top 10s, top 5s, and 8 top 10s. And he's finished in every single race. And consistency is what it's all about in that division, and that's why he has about an 80-point lead. Mike Riale currently running in second behind the 25 car of Darren Hopkins. Talk a little bit more about some of these drivers. Jeff Burdick driving the number 2 car out of Bakersfield, and the Sierra Printers, Chateau Basque, Albert Brown Concrete, Pulled by Ike, Tom Briggs Signs, Primrose Oil, Taylor's Tire and Brake, Gills Transmission, Gallons Food Services. Driving the number 2, Brian Richardson in the number 4 car is the Rich Pack Performance Off-Road Performance Graphics car. Darren Blanton driving the number 5, trying to make it in there in the number 5 car. And the TNT Trucking Vince Croptester Mountaintop Texaco Sun Valley Oil Kern Transmission car. Danny Collins driving the number 11. Usually that's Tony Alvarez, but he's driving the number 11. 8 laps into this main event, Alvarez, his sponsors on it, which Collins is driving the car, are Mind and Body Chiropractic, El Ranchito Market, Hector's Plumbing Incorporated, Performance Off-Road and Automotive, and C&J Radiator. Well, you saw it happen right there. Car number 1 just zipped right past the 25. So Mike Riale has got that car hooked up. Riale, remember, didn't drive very much, at least to my knowledge, until last year, late in the season, when he got in the number 1 car and just took off and has been doing great. So Riale, Hopkins, Collins, Richardson, and Davidson. Your top 5 right there, and they are all loose coming out of turn 4. The 25 car of Hopkins may have burned up the tires trying to keep that lead, and he is loose, and he's going to get pushed out. You watch that number 4 car is going to get all over him. And look who's coming up behind the 19 car. That's Albert Sally and the 72. They've got 11 laps in the books, and Stan Williams is on charge, moving up towards the front. That's the 72 car. Stan Williams right next to Sally. Great battle there. You see all 5 cars, and that is for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. You make one mistake, and you now go back into 7th. We're going 8 more laps, 12 laps in the books. Albert Sally falls off the pace. Williams is going to stick his nose in there. He's going to get around Davidson. Williams could have the motor for it because Riale used a lot of his tires and motor getting up there. 13 laps in the books, going to turn 14 when the number 1 crosses over. So Stan Williams in that number 72 car, the Wade Barrett, Terry Henry's Race Prep, Stan's Discount Plumbing, is going to get real close to him and see what he can do. 14 laps in the books. Ken Small Construction also helping out on that Stan Williams engine, and Stan's Discount Plumbing. You look at these guys coming out of here. A great battle right there for 1st and 2nd. Mike Riale and the 11 of Danny Collins. Collins, a veteran driver, gets real close to the number 1 car. Great shot there real quick of the 72 car, and that is Stan Williams. Williams currently running in 4th place. The 24 car is going to pull in the pits, and that is Shane Thompson. Thompson had a great run, but had to pull into the pits, so tough luck there for him. 16 laps in the books. A battle for 1st right there. And Scott Davidson has been shuffled back into 7th place. Davidson's going to stick it down the inside on Albert Sally and see if he's got the motor to do it. And he may have the motor, Davidson. Collins is going to stick it inside. Riale's going to brake and try to get him on the inside. But the number 11 car of Danny Collins, Tony Alvarez usually drives it, is going to stick it in front of Riale. Riale would like to get a victory, but he just did not have the tires left on that car for victory. White flag's going to come out. 19 laps. We're going 20. And we've got another spin, but we're not going to worry too much about it because we are finishing up this race, even if we finish it under yellow. We've got more racing action coming up next in the late models in the second of the Twin 50s. Got some fireworks, and the great folks at AB Dick IPS stepping up to the plate tonight. Taking a checkered flag is number 11 of Danny Collins. Collins getting a win for the Mind and Body Chiropractic, El Ranchito Market, Hector's Plumbing, Performance Off-Road and Automotive, and C&J Radiator. So the 11 of Danny Collins comes in first. The 1 of Mike Riale gets second. And Stan Williams pulls it into third place. So Williams happy probably with the finish because he is in second and he doesn't lose too many points to the leader, because that's a battle that he has to get a makeup in. And Williams has said, hey, when is Riale going to have a problem? When is he not going to win this thing? So big things there. You know, Danny Collins won the heat race, or not the heat race. He won the trophy dash, then he won another trophy dash, and then he wins this. So Danny Collins out of Bakersfield driving that car, having a little bit of fun out there, and that was a great race. The guys were banging and pushing in there, and that's what this street stock division's about. These guys are going to have some fun, and I guarantee you Danny Collins will have a smile on his face, and he'll be ready. Bakersfield, let's give a big Bakersfield welcome to your winner in the street stock heat, and it's been a little while since we've seen him in this street stock main event. As he unstraps, we can see him unstrapping out of the car. Our Haddad pace car pulls by. Barry McKeever tells him, let's get out of here. And let's hear it for your main event winner and number 11. That's Danny Collins.
Come on, Danny, let's go. Come on over here, buddy. Come here. We still got more racing to do. We got fireworks in just a second. Hey, I know you were disappointed a little bit in the modified stock race. Nonetheless, it was an awesome, awesome race, but you came back. You knew you had another chance. This car was hooked. It was pretty hairy there in those first couple laps.
Yeah, I think I got a couple little scratches on it. I apologize to Tony for that, but car worked really well. I wish my car would have worked that well. And Brian had something for us, and you know, these guys, it's different racing out here with the street stocks again. It was a lot of fun. If you guys ever get a chance to do it, this is the class to begin in because it's a lot of fun. Hey, IPS, AB Dick, you know, hey, I appreciate these guys doing this.
All right, once again, Danny, congratulations. Not your normal division, but it's a win. You'll take it.
A win's a win, Barry, and heck, I don't know where you've been lately, but you better start being out here.
Well, it's a long story, Danny. We'll talk when the camera's not on, okay, buddy?
Okay.
All right, another big round of applause for your winner, Danny Collins, in the street stock, and also the winner, Chuck, if we come on in. And Danny, not only were you a winner in the main event, but you're also a winner in the re-refined oil. And Chuck from Kern County Waste Management has a few things to say.
Oh, this is Richard Henry. Chuck's on.
Sorry, Richard. You're much better looking than Chuck.
I like you already. Hey, I just want to say congratulations. Thanks for running the oil and showing the people out here what it does. Thanks. Love it. Keep racing.
You're very welcome. Appreciate it.
Tell us about that oil.
Hey, it works good. The oil pressure was in this thing, running fine. Never had a problem with it. One thing about racing cars, you always look at your gauges an awful lot, and heck, that oil stayed right there.
Spent a lot of time looking at the track as well.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time there.
All right, once again, Danny Collins, your winner of the Street Stock main event. We've got 50 more laps for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series late models in the last half of the Wrangler Firecracker 100. Also coming up, we've got Firecrackers. It's all presented by AB Dick IPS coming up right after this. Mesa Marin Raceway here on Time Warner Cable. Stay tuned.